In tailoring, the right tools make all the difference. Today, we'll sew a round tailor's ham, the secret weapon for smooth seams and perfectly shaped dots. If this is something you'd love to learn, do stick around. Let's do it together. We mark this to serve as our starter line. Then, this is how big we want our soft ball to be, so 12 inches. We mark the 12 inches. Then the height should be half of whatever size we're doing, and so the height would be 6 inches, that is half of 12. We'll square that off as well. Now, out of the 12, we are going to demarcate it into 8 different portions, and so it would be 1.5 intervals. So 1.5, 3, 4.5, in that order. So we'll just mark them. And after marking, we'll square all those lines, just as you see. Right. And so if you look at the boxes, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exactly. Out of this, we're using just one. That is what we're using, and would have 1.5 in length, and then we have the 6 inches in height. And so this is what I've replicated here. We are marking the center, and so out of the 6, this is 3 inches. Bear in mind, you can use any figure you want, labeling it A, B, C, D, E, and then F. Now in between the C and D, we divide this into 2, so that's 3/4. That will be the center. With our compass, we'll stand at the middle, open it up to E, and then we inscribe an arc. Then we stand at point E, and then we inscribe another arc to meet the first arcs at this very point, as you see. Then we draw a line to connect both arcs till it touches the straight line. From that point, I'm calling this G. You can label it anyhow. Now we open it to the E, and then we inscribe this arc. Then we stand at this point and also construct another arc. Let's say H. We stand at that point and also inscribe another arc so that it meets the other. So now we want to add 1/4 of an inch as our seam allowance to it. You can do half depending on how much you'd want to sew off. Then replicate same on this other side. This is quite easy. After adding our seam allowance to it, we cut it off. Right. And so using this same shape, we've cut 8 pieces of this beautiful kente, and then muslin, 8 pieces of the muslin. It's ideal to do these two when you want it to have that kind of strength. Yes. And so I'll pick one of the muslin, and then I pick one of the kente. You can do any fabric at all, but bear in mind, we want something that is more cotton. And it's because of the strength that's how come we're doing this. And I'm also using kente just for the aesthetics, So we join the pieces good size together. So I've joined, two. We do top stitches to also make it, stronger. This is kente, and then it frays off quite easily. Hence the top stitching and all that. You can decide not to do it. You can decide to do that. And so we join all the other pieces. That is 2, 2, 2. So by the time we are done, we would have about 4 of these. Right. Then we join the 2, 2, to get 4, 4. We're top stitching this as well. Right. Now, after this, it means this is 8. This is 4, and then we have the other 4, also done aside. Right. So then we'll go ahead and stitch. But bear this in mind. We are going to stitch from one side, and we'll stitch about 3/4. And so we wouldn't just be stitching half, we'll stitch about 3/4 along this line, so that we have just a little space left for us to stuff in our sawdust. You understand? And so I'm stitching a bit more in, so that we have just a little space left for us to turn around Tailor's ham or presser's ham good side out. Right, and so you can see how beautiful it is. So this is our sawdust. Sawdust can be easily procured, from the carpenter's shop. It's practically free in Ghana. In our part of the world. Sure. Because the carpenters even see them as waste, and so when you take it off from them, they just love it. If you would even have to buy it, it wouldn't cost you that much. And so we just stuff in the sawdust. This is the smooth one. We stuff in it in. I prefer to use sawdust because it's not that heavy. You understand? You would stuff it in and it wouldn't deform the outer shape. Yes, it never gets deformed. And see how beautiful this looks. And this is what we're going to use. We're using a blind hem to seal the part that we didn't sew, through which we stuffed our sawdust into presser's ham or round Tailor's ham. So you pick from the left side, you move forward by about 1/2 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch, depending on how you want the interval to be. Then you move to the opposite direction, and then you do same. And so look at this very well. We pick from here, we move forward, we go out, then we move to the left. The same thing. We just repeat that. And so see how the lines are. So I'm pulling it so that it closes. Unfortunately, I broke my thread. So I think next time I would have to make it a bit, I'll use just about 4 threads to make it stronger. In this, I used 2 threads. It was just 1 thread folded into 2, and so when I pulled it, it was too heavy and it got broken. I broke the thread, and so when you do just a few stitches, you pull it, it tightens up, then you move to the next. I think that is a better way to do this. Yes. And so repeat this till we get to the end, and our presser's arm, our tailor's arm is fully covered and strong enough. Right. At this point, I can just tie the knot and secure our thread. Great. Great. So very well molded, very rounded, and this is what we have. Very beautiful, very solid. And that's it, your very own tailor's arm, a tool every fashion designer should own. Keep practicing, keep creating, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the next project. It's a bye for now.